guys, well, earlier in the first video, what am I pointing at? That thing. I described a noise, trying to figure out what that noise is. And let's just say I think I figured out what the noise might be. And it's gonna make for some fun times. So there it is right there. It's parked in my driveway, and be driving my blue truck for a little bit. So yeah, check it out in the video. Well, that noise I was talking about, it decided to crawl under here and have a look at some things, and got a pretty loose, I mean, front end's disengaged, but I have a cable for a posi lock. It's decided it wanted to rub its way through that front yoke. Polished it up pretty nice. There's a lot of slop in there, kind of hard to see. And then my my double cardan is trying to be a triple cardan, I think. So taking this guy out of here and get some new U-joints in it. You can call me weird, but I like to do the job with as few tools as possible sometimes. Just laying in my driveway. Like, I know I can work on it, lift it up and stuff, but it doesn't really teach you like all the things that you might have to do someday. It's kind of a challenge, right? Especially on a Sunday morning like this. I'm gonna leave for church a little later. I got something else I can drive. Like, it's just fun to just get in here and see what you can do with as few tools as possible. So, just a little Sunday fun stuff. I'm gonna have to. I'm also like, like, let's say real world, like, you don't want to pull this skid plate off. You're trying to do this out in the middle of nowhere. What can I do without the skid plate off? Yeah, I already got one of the bolts out. Got another one loose. All right, it's the last one. I've just been slowly working my way with a wrench. This one's a 5/8. This is in the era of trucks where you still have some mixed fasteners. Not everything with metric yet. I've just been going back and forth between 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, just working my way around. I'll break this one loose now. There we go. Like I said, it's kind of fun to see what you can do with just a couple wrenches sometimes. Anybody can do anything in a shop with a lift. It's like, what can you do with what you have when you're laying in the dirt? So it's kind of fun. Challenge yourself sometimes. I'll have this bolt out of here in only a few minutes now. Come on. There we go. We might be getting into finger loose territory. Let's see. Oh, and it got tight again. Bolts have a funny way of doing that sometimes. Like, oh, you're loose. Oh, and you're tight. I could have put PB Blaster on these too, but I didn't. Because, I just hopped under here and decided to get after it. I'm also noticing a few other things. My output shaft seal on my transfer case has got a little bit of that good stuff, that ATF coming out of it. That's something that'll have to get addressed at some point, but hoping this drive shaft was the source of my speed related noise. It's probably just catching some drag from the front axle and rubbing on that posi lock cable, and yeah, we'll see. All right, now I gotta get these little fellas out of here. One. There's 2. This might even fall on my face if I'm lucky. I should probably put the old phone down. All right. it did not fall on my face. I didn't really think it would, but there's our yoke for our front axle. Sounds pretty good. This guy, oh, I'm a great cameraman. Oh, there's all my needles. I don't know why I did that. I guess I just wanted to see if it was dry. It's dry. All right, so there we go. There's the front output of the transfer case. And here's my yoke on the front axle. This is the cable that was rubbing real good. Gotta see if I can pull some slack up into the engine bay. Should be able to. It's too long of a cable to begin with. I'm gonna end up having to replace it because it's pretty well rubbed through. It's gonna be a little bit before this thing's ready to do four-wheel drive stuff. All right, here's what we got. Very dry needle bearings. These U-joints, you can see where that posi lock cable was rubbing, and it was just wearing that metal away. So I'm thinking that may have been my noise I was hearing. You can see too, it kind of wore down on the bolt head. So these are the tools I grabbed to do this job. This little socket set and these wrenches. I only needed these 2 wrenches. It was an 8mm on the front. This wouldn't quite get in there the way I needed to, and because they were rounded off, I did end up needing that socket. And then just a little time and patience on those guys there, but those are literally the tools I needed to take the front drive shaft off this thing. All right, I'm just gonna save these. I borrowed one of these from the kitchen. Couldn't find any sandwich Ziploc bags. We must be out. Probably gonna get some new U-joint straps, Focus. These would work, but honestly, they're probably real cheap. Some new fasteners and some U-joint straps, especially as loose as the U-joints were in these things. I feel like they're probably just wore out. So just get some new ones. Keep, put them in here for safekeeping. Put those, oops, driest needle bearings ever. Put those with the drive line and to get some U-joints and get that thing rebuilt. I replaced it on my blue truck several years ago, so I actually have another drive shaft just like it, I think. Just gonna put them right up in here. So, yeah. Thanks for coming along. Sunday morning truck adventures. Hopefully that fixed the sound. We'll find out. All right, you guys. So I just had the opportunity to put my truck up on the lift here at my buddy Brett's shop. I had that noise and I thought it was kind of gear sounding, so I went ahead and swapped the old transmission fluid out. Bottom bolt hole in the PTO cover was the drain hole. Drained it all out. Some very bronze colored fluid. Put it back in there till she overflowed. And while I was at it, I decided, hey, I'm gonna check my diffs. And as you can see, oh boy, this fella was bone dry. I stuck my pinky in that fill hole, and my pinky came out dirty with no oil on the end of it. So that kind of sucks. Might be doing a axle rebuild eventually now. That's cool though. Put some cool stuff in there. And then my front diff was a little bit low. I had to reach my pinky in there. Not far. I was able to just top it off and it was fine. But some leaky stuff. Steering box needs resealed. Obviously front main. Yeah, just it's rust prevention. And then here's my fuel leak that I gotta fix. Shiny steel line in there from where I cleaned it before and quick steel it. I gotta find some, maybe I'll use some AN fittings or something, some hose, fix that with. That guy's leaking a little bit, so the project list is growing. But that is okay. This thing will be worth it when it's done. I don't care if it takes me 5 years. It'll be a fun thing to have. So anyway, yeah. Also, taking the drive shaft out made the transmission service real easy because it will stick the bottle up right there. Just fill it up. So, all right, let's get this thing off the lift and drive it home. Well, guys, I just drove home from my buddy Brett's shop, which is about 10 minutes from my house. Took it for a little spin, and this is the result when I pulled into my driveway. This pinion seal is absolutely gone. So this is definitely getting bumped up on the importance list, because, yeah, holy smokes. Just old truck stuff. So I'm gonna be shopping for a pinion seal and probably trying to get that done and not drive it until I get that done. So the chronicles continue. So yeah, look at that, just streaming right out the front. Drip, drip. Sorry, driveway. Well, kind of a bummer, but it's kind of what you get when you buy old trucks for cheap that have obviously not been well maintained. Just gonna leak, and it's not really my daily. This is my daily, the old 4th gen. So just gonna throw a new pinion seal at it and keep driving it and see what breaks next while we keep picking at the issues. I just hope I didn't do too much irreparable damage to the rear axle. Probably just gonna take care of the old pinion seal and then send it, see what happens next. Maybe I can partner up with a company or something to do a little how-to video on their axle or something. I know where I live there's a place called Torque King. I know a guy that works there, and he has told me they have some great parts, so maybe I'll put some parts in there. But picking away at this thing slowly but surely. This is the old daily, old 4th gen. Put dang near 100,000 miles on him in the last 5 years. But this thing's been my daily until I got that fella right there. Been cruising him around town. Oh, I forgot to put Thor in my fuel spot. That's okay. Yeah, look at that driveway carnage as I was literally backing up this thing. Definitely, I mean, you can see the stamping on the springs there. We, you know what? All we did today was some rust prevention. That's what we did. That is what we did. So get that pinion seal out of there, and yeah, on to the next thing. On to the next thing. Probably end up making an actual like whiteboard or just a list on a piece of paper to kind of start keeping better track of these things and kind of picking away at them. So yeah, fun truck stuff.